Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Honestly, I cannot contain this excitement I have tonight, right? Because yesterday, I had to deal with little Southampton shits trying to give me grief on Twitter, saying they're not going to lose any games and all this shit. We haven't lost in 25, Joe. Oh, bold prediction this. Guess what? They're losing 3-0 and we're sat in second. Why? Because we went to the Liberty Stadium and smashed them to bits. 3-0 at halftime. Or was it 4? I've lost count. It could have been 5, 6, 7. I have said for such a long time now, people reminded me that Leeds United under Farke will build to a crescendo. We haven't even hit it yet. We haven't even hit it yet, and we're already spanking teams. We've got Plymouth at the weekend. 3 points check. 3 points check. We are the 3-point collectors. That's where we're at right now. And guess what? Southampton have to go to West Brom. Agent Carlos Corberan. I'm telling you now, I said it the other day, that final day will be a dead rubber. Southampton will be getting ready for the playoffs. We'll be playing young Charlie Creswell's little brother and Harry Gray. Do you know what I mean? Because we'll be ready for Premier League. Forget the title, it's done. You can have it, Leicester. You can have it. But second, we are there. We will be there. Honestly, I can't lie. I'm sweating my tits off. I'm absolutely buzzing. I don't care. I do not care. Do you know what I mean? All these clowns, is this, is that, what a clown embarrassment. Oh, fuck you. That's what I'll say to you. Get in the bin. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I can't wait. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. And I'm sweating, honestly. I'm just happy because for me, this tonight ahead of Valentine's Day is a massive swing. It's a massive swing. Because now, if they win the game and they've got a point on us. Honestly, they've gone up against the top 7 side, something like that, and they struggle against them. They've been spanked 3-0. We went to Bristol City over the week and we beat them 1-0, or the other teams will smash them. Well, they haven't, and they do not. And tonight, there's been a 7 goal difference swing in our favour. Do you know what I mean? We've scored 4 and they've conceded 3. Do you know what? I haven't even checked. They might have conceded 4. Let's have a look. No, it's still 3. It is what it is. But yeah, can't have it all, can you? Listen, let's bring in the guests. Hopefully they're here to bring the energy. I know they are. We've got Luke from Ought to Know Better. We've got Jack from City of Leeds fans, and we've got Andrea Russo. Talk to me, boys. Are you buzzing? Luke, I'm going to come to you because you're like me. You say things on top. And do you feel vindication tonight? Do you feel vindicated? Because that's how I feel.
Yeah, I just keep collecting them receipts, mate. I've just cashed one in
already. That's what I'm saying.
I just cashed one in. Yeah, man, just absolutely. But do you know what? I expected a much tougher challenge from Swansea. Look, I know they haven't been that great all season, but you know what it's like going down to South Wales. You know, we've been away to Plymouth already. I just thought this time of the month, this is where we might get a bit leggy. We might see a few potential banana skins. I expected us to win, but I expected it to be much tighter and much closer than that tonight. We just looked unplayable. It was almost, do you know what it looked like? And I said to my mates in the group chat, it looked like we were in a training match most of the game. You know, we weren't even 100%, and we're only getting better week in, week out. And I just fear for Plymouth at the weekend. I thought that might be another one. You know, we've been doing a lot of traveling this month. But yeah, just absolutely buzzing, mate. But yeah, there's some absolute divs on Twitter. So don't pay any. I mean, don't if you're gonna, you know, I mean, don't pay any attention to him. I've learned the hard way. I've been offered.
I love this game.
I'm going to be fighting somebody in Leeds on Saturday. But do you know what I mean? That sort of thing happens on Twitter with me. I just lose it. But yeah, it's one of them. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, same. Do you know what someone said in my chat, Jack? If Bielsa is God, then Farke is Jesus. I think that's brilliant, isn't it, mate? What a result, man!
The second coming, yeah. No, he's been a beast, and it was awesome today again. It was, to be fair to like what Luke just said, the Swansea was so poor in that first 20 minutes, weren't they? Like So I don't think I've ever seen. I can't remember the last time I've seen defending like that. It's like we sort of looked like we wanted to let them off hook a bit, like not like we didn't have a choice. We just like
It's 3-1, by the way.
Yeah, penalty scored. Penalty scored. It's
Well,
all right.
never
It's
been.
not mean shit, is it? Don't get points for a
Sorry to
goal.
interrupt you, Jack.
It's all good, man, don't worry. But yeah, no, it's meant that they've got beat as well. Got dicked to Bristol, so it's ace. But yeah, I was surprised how poor Swansea were. But obviously we were excellent, but they were bad, weren't they? That first, I mean, second half sort of game just died, didn't it? Along with, did anybody else have loads of problems with Sky Feed?
Oh mate, it was like having an epileptic fit, man. I was like that.
Horrendous, wasn't it? We're doing my
Yeah,
head
it
in.
was bad. Yeah, it was
I was
bad.
on
It was bad.
LUTV.
Pay my
because
bloody
they were
subscription for
trying
that.
to in Sky.
Exactly, you know. It's mad, mate, because like I've just cancelled it, man. They make me keep another month, and I'm like, you're making me keep another because you've got to give them 30 days notice for that.
Right.
It's a fucking joke. Because the mad thing is, I could listen to it on radio, so why couldn't they have that feed? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit wild. But listen, we whipped it. It's all good. It's all good, isn't it? Andrea, I mean, you were talking about half time. Jack touched on it there. This high line that they played. It was feeding season for Leeds United. Do you know what I mean? I dread to think. I mean, Nonto was amazing and scored 2 goals, but imagine James was as well. I know he came on in the end, but like, yeah, like we're just too good, man. And when you're bringing on James and Anthony as your subs, do you know what I mean? You've got youngsters like Joseph and Gelhardt coming on in the Championship. Remember, this is Gelhardt who last season started for Sunderland, who got to the playoff semis. He can't even barely get into our squad, so that just shows you the levels. And Farke's managed it perfectly, Andre. We mentioned before about his man management and all this sort of stuff. And the way that he's managed Nonto now in February, bar the Rotherham game, or January, February, whatever it is, February, he hasn't missed a beat. I think he didn't score against Rotherham. The rest is scored in every game, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all down to Farke in the end, you know. If you look at, there's many examples now about that. Bamford, opportunity, took the opportunity. Gruyev, chance, took the chance. Let's remember and not forget that Farke rarely changes the starting 11. So to be in that starting 11, hi JT, to be in that starting 11, you have to perform week in and week out in this competition, because there's almost every player is performing. Even the substitute, when they're coming off, they're performing. So it's great to see that finally we have a squad fully focused. Everyone feels involved. You see that by the contribution and the involvement on and off the pitch of the squad. I think Swansea were really poor tonight. I agree with Jack and Luke. Really in a bad state. Was sad to see also the environment. You know, remember the days of when Swansea were in the Premier League, was silent all game long. Play with the high line, but you know, right now we are unstoppable with this system. It's great to see. It's really exciting, like we said at halftime. Looking forward to the games again after seeing Marshall and all those pretty bad things. You know, really we're flying, and it doesn't look like we're gonna stop if we play like that. You know, because we have a good squad playing in a good way now. The system is improving the players, and the players are improving the system. It's both ways. You know, it's also the players improving the manager now, because there's players that can play in a certain way, other players that can play in another way, and you have choices about how you want to play a certain game. And today we called out Swansea very badly and made some terrible damage to them because they were playing with the high line. Absolutely madness and madness from the manager to do that. Yeah,
it was. PR, let me find this comment, 2154, just been sent it by Luke, big up Luke, 2154, 954, where are we? I'm trying to find it now, there's that many.
Hell of a stat.
I'll read it out. I'm going to read it out. Yeah, since January the 1st, JT, you can come in on this, bro. 7 games, 7 wins, 17 goals, 1 against. That is fucking insane. It is insane.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it is the first time, I was actually, someone in my chat was saying earlier, first time in a long time, especially this season, especially from what we went through in the Premier League, that when Leeds are leading 1 or 2-0, you actually sat there and you're relatively relaxed. You know, back in the day, I've always remembered as a Leeds fan, when we're leading, if it's not at least 3 or 4-0, even if we're leading, I am on the edge of my seat, absolutely, you know, shodelling my pants, thinking that something's going to go down. But listen, I love the defensive change, but the offensive change as well. the turn of the year. And one key point to that is Wilfred Gnonto. And, you know, I have to touch on his performance again today. And for me, he's been as good as a new signing. You know, there was a lot of talk, obviously, about Manuel Benson. I wholeheartedly believe, even if Manuel Benson was to come to Leeds and say Gnonto left or whatever, he wouldn't be performing as well as Gnonto is right now. And he wouldn't be of the caliber of player, because Gnonto, since the contract news and all of that, and he's got his head down, he's been so great. And it's so good to see Leeds the way we play today. I love Dan James, and I thought he's played well. But the way we play with Somerville on one side and Gnonto, and just the synergy, the chemistry that they all seem to have with Rutter is so good, because Rutter now, when he looks up in the middle of the pitch, he's not just looking to Somerville every time. He's got Gnonto really dragging defenders out wide. And I thought, I completely agree with you. Swansea were really weak today. I said it before. Pure Gym settings at the back, open for business. Even worse than it was 25-7 open for business at the back there, because the amount. Listen, 3-0 in the first half was an extremely flattering scoreline for Swansea, not for Leeds United. Extremely flattering for them. I thought we could have gone 5 or 6 up within the opening 20 minutes. And it's not even just the chances we missed. It was the chances we didn't create, where we had 3-on-1 scenarios and someone would take a heavy touch and run it into the defender, or Rutter getting his shirt dragged. Should have been a penalty. Maybe made the wrong decision. Could have cut it back to Somerville. I thought it was just really, it was good to see Leeds start a game like that. Just to give one bit of leveling criticism, I would like it if I'd see like a consistent 90-minute performance. I know it's consistent and Leeds weren't poor in the second half.
You ever happy?
No, I'm phenomenally happy. I'm just giving balance. I'm just giving a bit of balance. You know what I mean? And I would have liked to see like us carry on that momentum in the second half, because I was actually quite shocked that we only had, was it 57 or 58% possession? Because the way we were playing looked like we had a lot more, but I think it was just the areas in which we had the possession and the danger we were causing them with a few passes and with the movement of the forward players. But as I said, can't really find too much to criticize aside from Sky Sports. Fix your stuff, mate. I'm not watching those dodgy streams. I've got my Sky Q remote right here. I'm watching it.
I'm with you.
And it's he's got the fancy upgraded Sky Q remote. But listen, I
just chat to it, man. I just go like that, Sky. Turn on me cooker.
Mate, Joe's gone clear, mate. Joe's gone clear.
Like an old phone.
It was like I don't know what was going on. I almost had a seizure watching that. It's just completely like breaking up the screen, glitching.
It was bad.
Tell you what, it's worth noting as well with them statistics, for a team that can't play away from home, the goalkeeper's shite, the left back shite, and we've got a centre midfielder playing at centre back and right back with a defensive record of only conceding 1 goal in 6 best parts.
Tell them, Luke.
Do you know what I mean?
You see that
cash them in.
I think everyone feels like a happy clapper tonight. They know how we felt back in the day. You know?
Exactly, yeah. I'd rather be this. I'd rather be that. I tell you what.
Just be objective, you know.
Yeah, Gussie think not all. I know you sent this super chat on the last video as I ended the stream, so I'm sorry, and you've sent it again, so big up to you. You didn't need to, bro. He says, riff on this one, lads. How good a manager is Farke? Is he brilliant, or is he just working with quality players? Thanks as always from Lyon, France. Listen, of course, right, he's got exceptional players at his disposal. I don't think any of us question that. And it's the same for Leicester, and it's the same for Southampton. I think them 3 teams are clear, far and away, quality-wise, just ahead of the rest. But I think what makes Farke a good manager is how he's managed it. Think about what he's had to deal with. You think about that first month in August. If we didn't have that first month and we had a settled month, we'd be up there with Leicester. And I've maintained that since fucking September. And people used to say to me, stop fucking going on about August. But it's true, because you look at the results during that time, the team that we were having to field, he had to deal with that. He's then had to deal with issues in the camp with the likes of Creswell, for example. Players not being played, which won't have been happy around the place, like your Gnontos, like your Anthonys, etc. And now we're seeing everybody all pulling in the same direction. And now the performances are matching what was going on behind the scenes as well. Do you know what I mean? I genuinely don't fear going into any game of football. All right, I'm a little bit nervous about the Leicester one. Let's see where we're at. But, you know, at the minute, like Andrea said, I'm just enjoying watching Leeds again. I'm giddy about watching my football team, which we haven't been able to say since fucking Bielsa left. And that's the truth of it. So, It's class. Big shout out to Jared and William, who both become members as well. Folks, I mean, what is there to talk about, really? I mean, in terms of this, Evie said the other day, it's almost like watching City at the minute. This is how City fans must feel. I know that might sound a bit wild, but like, what can we talk about? We can't criticise anything, really.
I think for me, the only criticism I would have is unfortunately Bamford was injured in the warm up or whatever, and the only thing I mean, it's hard to say after winning 4-0 away from home on a Tuesday night, but Pirot looks really leggy at 9, wherever he plays, in fact, and he doesn't do the same things that Bamford does. We were lucky that it was quite an open game and they played an high press and we had plenty of space. But if Swansea had sat back, we would. I guess we probably would have struggled a little bit more with Pirot up there. They were bypassing and getting through our first line all the time, and they were getting into our half. They had their fair share of chances. They got down our end. I mean, they didn't have good chances, I wouldn't say, but they got in some threatening positions through. Should we say lazy defending that starts at the top? But I think, as I said, I think that's to do with us not wanting to get out, not needing to get out of second or third gear. But yeah, that if I was going to have to take one negative, it would have been. But that's what Pirot's not Bamford, so I think I need to learn to accept that when Bamford isn't playing, Pirot offers us something different because there's every chance Bamford doesn't take Pirot's chance. So, flip of a coin in it. But yeah, one thing I did notice was he was getting bypassed very, very easily.
Yeah. No,
Bamford will be gutted he's missed that today as well. Because when it was wide open like that, I mean, you saw him at the showed a clip of him, didn't they? In second half or end up first half, and he just had head down. He must be thinking, because there were goals all day for him there. I literally felt like we just let him off. I just think it's a bit of game management as well, knowing that there's loads of games coming up. It's just like
100%.
Just mucking. Really.
I'm not saying Pirot had a bad. I'm sorry, I'm not saying Pirot had a poor game by any stretch. I thought he looked good. I don't think he had a poor game. I just think without the ball, Bamford offers you something so much more. Unselfish runs. But Pirot had a good game. I'm not saying had a poor game by any stretch.
Yeah, but I think I agree with you. Look, they're different, Bamford stretches the team more, but with Pirot, I think today, I agree he had a good game. He's a finisher, of course. If you give the ball to him in the area, he's a very good finisher. He's different to Bamford in terms of outside of the area in the build-up and what he does off the ball, I think with Pirot today, however, we were able to give the ball more and use more of the wingers, I think we were pretty good in changing the sides, especially the sides today with Pirot, honestly. But of course, he'll learn the position. He needs to learn the position to play in this system because it's not the typical 9 like Bamford, So there's a lot of difference. And like Lou says, maybe we need to accept that Pirot is different to Bamford in 9 because he's a different player. And he doesn't offer off the ball what Bamford does. So you have to rely more on the wingers than him in the build of Bamford. Instead, it's a 1-2 player, and Pirot is more a switch inside player. Today he showed that. But if you give the ball to the wingers and he follows the play, and you get a ball in behind or into the box, he'll be there because he's very good in making the run, the final run, a proper finisher. Yeah.
No, I agree. What, Jack? Just to come back, because I know you're obviously we're waiting on news of Bamford. We do need to hope, obviously, that it's not anything long-term, right? Because, look, tonight, Swansea really played into Leeds United's hands. If we were to go down to Plymouth, for example, they're going to put 5 at the back. It's not going to be as open as Swansea were. So, therefore, ideally, we need him back soon, don't we? Hopefully, when we hear from Farke, he'll give us a bit more news on that.
Yeah, I mean, well, sooner, obviously, the more squad players we've got, the better, just in general, anyway. Isn't it? But I think with Pirot as well, just to touch on that again, just traditionally, like you'd build a team around a goal scorer like that, wouldn't you? Like sort of, 5-6 years ago, and he would just be. You won't ask him to do anything else. It'd be. But we've got so many good attackers, so many good forwards. It sort of requires him to be more than just a goal poacher or just somebody sniffing around. But I mean, his build-up play was good again today. But he ain't mobile enough. There's no doubt about that. He's also not started the game for how many games is that now?
Fair point.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that I'd have necessarily, it shouldn't have much of an impact on him because he's not coming back from injury or anything. But I'm Team Bamford. I always have been. Like, until we find someone like Bamford who's better than Bamford. I know that is obviously what you're trying to do with every single player ever, but it's until we find that man, you just can't replace him. Everybody we bring in, you always go, "Oh, this will be Bamford's replacement," and it's just it never is it?
It's just too good. It's just, to
Well,
be fair, I do think sorry if did I cut you off? Sorry, what were you saying?
No, man, no, go. You're all right.
No, I was saying what it does do is I think it gives us more options though, because as you were touching on, I think it depends on the style of team we're playing. I think in a game like this, if teams do come at us, I think the space there for Perot to occupy is very good, because he's very good in those areas when he has time and he has space. He's clinical. It's not like Bamford where he has time to think about his finish and then he usually messes it up. And then you save Bamford because, as you know, he's very injury prone. Potentially save him for what you would think are easier games where sides are going to sit back and park the bus, because Perot with his mobility is just not really suited to being a back to goal striker. But today I thought was actually one of his best performances in ages in a Leeds United shirt. And I think, as you touched on before, is because of the way that Swansea came to play and the way that they tried to play a higher line. So I think it's only positives for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Lockie, you've just joined us, man. Jump in. What are your thoughts, broski?
Everyone said it. I just want to be part of this, to be honest. Yeah. The word process comes to mind, Joe. It's a process, and then it's working in it. Yeah. And I think talking to Andrea in the chat earlier about forget the result, forget the score line. We look better. We look more intense. Start of that game, we looked like we could have scored 5 in the first 5 minutes. We were relentless. Although the final ball isn't always going to be perfect when you're playing at that pace, it was relentless. It was Swansea couldn't start off. They couldn't, because we were the team going right. And that's belief. That's understanding of the coach. That's fully being with the coach. This team is in a really good place. You see after the celebrations now each week getting better. You see Ampadu do the way thing this week. Everyone's getting involved. Players are making other players get involved in it. It's a really tight group and a really competitive group, but a competitive group of people that get on. You don't want those, because now you're looking at, well, Nonto and James question's getting even bigger because did he get 2 goals and assists tonight?
Yeah.
What problem? But a good problem. And I'm just very happy. I think you've got to trust this process for me. And it's always been about that. It takes time. There's levels to it. I still don't think this is to use anime, this isn't our final form. I still think we have an up step to go, and we were unbelievable at times tonight. So yeah.
Fucking gears, man. There is gears to go.
We're like Freezer
Right.
from Dragon Ball now. We have to reach our final form.
What's
That's
that
it for me.
Dragon Ball Z? What was that? What's that?
No. I used to watch that when I was about.
Is that what you said,
7.
though? Dragon Ball Z? Is that what you said? I didn't get the reference. Say
No,
again.
I said we need to reach our final form like Freezer in Dragon Ball.
Well, what's that? I don't know what that is.
It's probably a character in Dragon
It's
Ball
a
Z.
character. Yeah. Used to watch when I was
over my
6 or
head.
7. Yeah.
So you mean like Super Saiyan or so?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You can hire her,
You said nerds, man. You fucking nerds.
This is it.
I think for me, Joe, about sorry, Lockie.
Sorry.
About the levels. The scary thing for me is we have. I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen us get to the very best level. I think as Jack said, I think we let him off lightly today. I think we could have probably, gone for the throat today and probably beaten them by 6 or 7. But we didn't. We just went through the motions the second half and just did the easy things without taking too many risks, and just saw the game out, which is it's a confident performance that probably should have happened. Whereas I would have liked to see. I want to see us actually go and absolutely ruin some team and absolutely. I thought after 3-0, I thought that's what was going to happen. I tweeted saying these lads have got kids to go home to. Do you know what I mean? Go easy on them, fellas. But I was like, but it's composure, isn't it? And it's as you say, Farke is managing them perfectly, because if they'd have gone for the gullet today, we could have won 6 or 7, but they probably used an additional 10-20% of their energy levels tonight. Whereas they can go back on the plane, refill, go again, and they're probably going to be back at 100%, and it's not going to feel like they've played on Tuesday night and Saturday.
Yeah. That's the thing, innit? That
Just
was
when he brought Rutter off and he was chatting with him, you know, obviously he told him tactical things, but he'd been telling him as well, right, calm, this is the start, George, you can't get overexcited, you know, this is it now. This is what we've got to do each week. And if I just say as well, I saw someone in the chat there about that centre-back partnership. I genuinely don't feel like we're going to concede hardly any goals in any game. It's unbelievable. It is. Them two are unbelievable. And they help the fullbacks when they get beat as well. They're always there. Anything in all ones we're doing today, the final third, most of it was crosses. And we dealt with 99% of them. Yeah.
And the mad thing is as well, because Joe Donahue put up a stat saying that they were one of the most potent in the league at set pieces, at balls into the box. Not and for a keeper who can't catch and keeper who's flappy and all this bullshit that we hear, you do not. I mean, he made a great save and dealt with it. Sorry, Luke, you muted, mate. Chime in.
Sorry, I'm not having problems like I was last week. But Mesley's distribution was really good tonight. We saw him release it early. And the only mistake he made was that back pass from Ampadu, and he let it go over his leg. I think that was the only mistake you could make in Mesley tonight.
Yeah, he's great.
Daniel
Farke. Go on.
Sorry, dude.
No, go on, man.
You sure on?
Yeah.
Just on Ampadu and Rodon, that's. I mean, I don't think you can replace. I don't think there's any point swapping that out at this point because they are so mint together. But normally, like with the centre-back partnership, you've normally got like a junior and then your senior, aren't you? And I feel like they're both cracking on with jobs, just like obviously as a partnership, but they're both the boys, aren't they, at the back there? It's not like nobody's coaching one another through it. It's just like they're both just totally competent. It's
There's that belief, isn't there, that each other, because obviously the mates probably off the field, that I'll get you through this, you'll get me through this when it is difficult. And you can, if you like look at the mouse on the thing, you can't hear it obviously, but they're always talking endlessly. It's endless. So and telling the team to calm, dictating the tempo is from them too all the time. So it's unbelievable. That too.
It's weird to see as well because Struijk was so good at the beginning of the season, and you thought, oh, with him gone, this is going to impact the team, because a lot of people, including me, I actually thought he was the best defender at the side early on, and he's gone out. Ampadu's been forced in. Ilya Gruev out of nowhere, people thought was a bit of a bad signing, is suddenly turning into a world beater in midfield. It's just funny how these things work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also mentality, you know, because in the end, 3-0 up, start of the second half, we concede space to Swansea. Rodon, the ball goes out. Rodon starts screaming at his teammates, start sending out orders, you know, to get back in the line. That's the mentality I want to see. But if you remember, at the start of the season when we scored first, we used to sit back sometimes, you know. That's a mistake we made, for example, in other games, you know, at the start of the season. And now, when we score, we keep going because we know that we have more goals in us. We keep going. We want to keep playing in our way. We want to keep controlling the game. We don't want to defend the 1-0 advantage. You know, want to score more and be calmer, you know, and relaxed. And I agree with. I don't remember who said that, but if it's now calmer and relaxed when we're 2 or 3 goals up now, we rarely concede. You know, that's the motorbike again from last summer returning now.
I remember it. Andrea was fuming about that guy last time.
Yeah, he probably Man United fan. Every time we are live on this, he passes with the motorbike. But yeah, you know, it's a mentality too, because in the end they talk to each other. And also, I really like, Lucky mentioned it, Farke talking with a player after a 4-0 victory to say you could have been better there in that situation, because that's what we want to see. It's a good vibes around now, but also we know that we can be even more better, and there's always room for improvement, and that's great to see, you know, in tonight especially, you know, after a 4-0 victory.
Yeah, I mean, Farke's called it the best execution of a game plan this season. He did speak on Bamford as well. He said he developed a problem 10 or 15 minutes before kickoff. Not totally clear what the problem is with him yet. He'll need to be assessed. That's as far as it goes. But yeah, says we very pleased with the way Leeds United coped with the late change to his lineup. And do you know what? There was a few times for me where I felt Somerville could have played Pirro in more, if I'm being totally honest. But we know what Somerville's like. Sometimes he just likes to keep hold of the ball a little bit too long. But you can't really complain when you're putting up the numbers that he does. So, you know, you can't criticise it. But I think for me, the third goal in the first half was so important, because people were having a go at me for being frustrated with the Gnonto chance. But I just think at 3-0, That's then Swansea saying, damage limitation now. And that's Leeds United going, right, we'll just control this game. If we'd have got to half-time 2-0, you just never know. Do you know what I mean? I still think we'd have gone on to win the game, but it was important that we went and do you know what as well? Like when not, and this again comes back to the squad and like how much say Somerville's come on, because when he's missed that chance, it's down in the right hand flank, and Somerville's going to Nonto, come on, because he was stood in an offside position, still annoyed that he'd missed the chance. Do you know what I mean? And it's having them characters around to say, don't worry, you'll get the next one, you know. And he went on, and I mean, he gets two, doesn't he? You know what I mean? And they're both great finishers. So yeah, big up to Nonto. And like we've tried to say before. What happens when Strout's fit? What happens when James is fit? Well, at the minute, you just can't change it for me. You just cannot change it. Like Archie Gray tonight, unbelievable. He gets an assist. Like, he's amazing. And it frustrates me. Like, straight away, the first comments on tonight when I turned on the watch along was, I think we need to bring in Robertson, move Kamara out of midfield and put Gray in there. And I'm like, fucking hell. Like, Kamara is good. Like, why is there this notion that he has to come out? He was good again tonight. I don't think he was 100% pass accuracy tonight, but for me, it's like, yeah. Get him on.
Could have scored a couple of goals, but I thought he was very involved going forward, Kamara. But Archie Gray, as you said, I mean, I was quite critical at the beginning of the season. I thought defensively at fullback, he wasn't quite cut out for it. But the way he's developed his game, even defensively at right back, I love the partnership he has back there with the centre halves. Nothing seems to be getting past him when he's on form, and going forward, the way he's driving into the midfield. I know it's not the same. It reminds me a little bit, Fabian Delph in that year for Man City where he was playing left back under Guardiola and he was really pushing in. He was almost playing as an extra central midfielder when they have the ball. He reminds me of that a little bit when he does cut inside. And the quality, I mean, at 17 years of age, to have the composure for that ball to Nonto, drags it back, opens his body out, perfectly weighted, cold ball to him. I'm just so thoroughly impressed with him. And even though I do think I want him to play in midfield because I think that would be better for his development, he's playing so well at right back. It's hard to actually make a case to put Connor Roberts over him or to put anyone else over him or to even move him to central midfield because he's playing that well. And I'm shocked I'm even saying those words, but I genuinely, every single week, he just gets more confident, more comfortable, and so composed in that position. And it's a composure that we've really lacked at fullback, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah,
and it's one of the main reasons.
Yeah, I remember at the start of the season as well, when there were times in games, maybe first 15 minutes, where he looked a bit shaky at times, because obviously, given he's never played there in his age, that was natural. But now that's gone straight away. He understands everything. And he just, when he's playing, he just looks stronger and quicker than everyone around him. Yeah. These are pros he's playing against that are usually a lot older than him. And he's just quicker and stronger than all of them. And again, someone got annoyed in my comments of the day that I keep mentioning his age, like it's an irrelevant factor. But again, he's 17 and he's looking stronger and quicker than these 25, 26-year-olds around him. It's ridiculous, the levels he can reach. It really is.
The mind of a veteran in the body of a 17-year-old is mental. And also, if we look back at the preseason game, we were absolutely enjoying how he played, and if you look back at those games and also the game at the start of the season, he has improved by a mile. By miles, compared to those 4 games. And that's insane, because it's into the space of a single season. He's already improved like that. And can you imagine how he will improve? And it will come in handy, in the future, because it's just at the start of his development. If he has developed like that in a single season, let's imagine in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, where what a type of player he could develop into it. That's 100%. Mental to think about. Absolutely.
100%. We've had a question here from Mark. He says, thoughts on Gruev, absolute steal of a sign. How much did we pay for Ilya? Does anyone know?
Was it
5 million, I think?
5, yeah. It was 5, I think.
It's a fucking joke, really, isn't it, when you consider what he's doing?
Do you know what summed that up today for Gruev today? I think he's become one of them players now for Leeds that he's just going to play every game and we're hardly going to notice him because that's how good he is. He just does his stuff.
Yeah, 5.
Do you know what I mean? When he first came in, we noticed it. Now he's just doing it the same and we're just, he's great. Like when Calvin did. Oh, Calvin was also very good today. You know what we say? And it summed it up near the end where they pressured him. And I think he just kind of chipped it over the player's head to our centre back. Yeah. And I'm going, whatever. It's unreal.
I've had
Him
that
and
analogy
Rotter-
you used, Jack, in my head about Eminem and Banger for a fucking. Since you said it, I was like, "There's a great one." It's true though. It's so true. What were you saying, Andrea? Sorry.
No, just a quick one. Him and Gruev, and Rotor are the two most vital players in this system for me because centrally, they absolutely give Gruev balance to the team and creativity Rotor ahead of him. So these two are the two players we cannot afford to play without right now in this system because I before we were asked about if Farke is managing quality players or he's a quality manager. For me, it's both. He's a quality manager managing quality players, and with this mixture, it's the perfect marriage. Look at Gruev, like we said before. The improvement that he had. He looked lost when he played at Stoke and West Brom. He worked with him, transformed also the system for him, like he did with Firpo and Ampadu. And now it's working. It's the perfect formula, the perfect potion now to play with. And yeah, I've read Pirlo. Of course, you cannot compare him to Pirlo right now, but in the way he's vital in a system, he can be compared to our Pirlo. Let's call him like that, our Pirlo. Yeah. In terms of the role he plays, of course, not Andrea Pirlo. Yeah.
Just Joe's rent enforcer, member for 1 month, says, "Hi panel, I caught the back end of the Saints game and you could see Bristol hunting the ball down high tempo press. Can't see how the cut was. Let's not forget they did batter us 3-0. They did batter us 3-0, so we can't rewrite history on that.
3-1.
But
3-1, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was it
Stroke.
3-1 in the end?
Yeah,
We won the
Stroke
second half,
scored.
Joe.
Yeah.
We won the second half.
Or did we win the second half? Get it in. No, but listen, Southampton have got to do their biz now. They've got to play West Brom on Friday. It's not an easy game. To go to the Hawthorns, Carlos Corberan will have a plan. I think they drop points again. And then, we beat Plymouth and then your game in hand counts for shit. And then it's like, do you know what?
The fact
From the
they
end
to
of
play
this...
us, Joe.
Yeah,
The fact they to play us counts for shit. It's in our hands for the first time this season, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, it is in our hands. It is literally in our hands now. It's one of those weird scenarios where it's in both of our hands, which is just making that game look very tasty. But as you said, I'm hoping they can drop some more points before that point.
I think they will.
Because if they do,
I think they will.
yeah, same man.
Have they got Leicester as well?
Yeah, they have to
And
play at
Ipswich.
Leicester. They
And
have to go there.
Ipswich. They've got to play
Yeah.
Ipswich as well. And Hull City and Sunderland.
They can
They've
drop
got
points
easy
to
games.
anybody, can't they, in this league? So can we,
True.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
true,
that's what it's all about. And you dig massive results out and you think that's the result, and then you take your eye off football not you literally your eye off football in the game, because that would make you concede goals. But you take your eye off one of the games if you can put one eye on a game. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I do, mate. We get you.
If you watch it on Sky, there's loads of things, you take your eye off.
Don't matter how many eyes you put on that screen.
I love that. Colin Kerwin says, "Get it up, yeah, everyone." Alzati too. I don't know what that means.
It means stand up. I don't know why, but
Oh, right, okay. I mean, I'll fucking do it, man. With one, let's have it.
Oh,
Says
damn, it's Kenny Challenger.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. The Pack are being hunted down by Leeds like wild dogs. The dodgy box has better coverage than the bleeding real TV. Thanks, Joe and Co. Andrea for president. There you go.
probably
There you
Colin
go.
typed on Google going up.
Right, okay.
That's why. Yeah.
Stand up, yeah.
But I won't say that because I'm superstitious. So Italian are superstitious. So Leeds are going.
Nah,
Don't
we're
say
going up, man.
Don't you know?
Don't say that.
Say it with your chest, Andrea.
Yeah, get it out, man. I've trained it today at gym with my PT. I'll fucking
yeah?
say it, man.
He's going to go super
How
saiyan
is
on us.
Mr. Greenwood?
How is Mr. Greenwood? I don't see him anymore. I won't chat to him anymore. Anyway, he's a Borough fan, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's a Borough player, sorry, should I say.
He's a Borough fan, was he? Yeah, he's a Borough fan. Well, he's
he's
helped us
Sunderland
out with
fan,
a banging free kick this season.
True,
hasn't
he has, man. He
Playing.
has. I can't lie to you, he has. Yeah.
A lot of those Leeds players have. Leaf Davis has helped us out a lot this season as well.
Yeah.
A lot of these players, maybe it was all the tactical master plan to send all these players out just to, get us those extra few points.
This poor guy, by the way, let me just, because Luke's just sent me this tweet. This poor guy, man. Fuck, yeah. He's actually all right as well with my interactions on Twitter. But this Southampton fan that did this tweet, and he says, hang on, let me zoom in. I'm not sure if it's doable. What's he say? But with Leeds United now out of the picture, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? This was what? I can't remember when it was, but yeah, he's getting absolutely crucified now, but it is what it is. Yeah,
That's why I say don't jinx it.
Yeah.
They said that, I jinx it. Trust me.
I'm even
Don't
hesitant to
believe him,
laugh
actually.
at him for that because, I just don't, I'm very superstitious as well about these things. Not that realistically my laugh is going to do Jack Diddley squat, but,
I've just given him it on Twitter and he said with a game in hand though, so I just put, you what? So we're not out the picture.
yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I think they're having fun as well because apparently Joe Donahue keeps tweeting while Luke Williams is giving his post-match. They've got Drake's One Dance booming through. Then next one is Yeah by Usher. So yeah, they're having a party. Oh, now Hypnotized by Notorious B.I.G. So they're just clearly
great song.
banging.
You know that's all Jorginho wrote. You know that's all Jorginho wrote.
I just love it. Just imagine Cooper getting down to it. Loving it, man. Listen, is there anything else anyone wants to pick out before we finish? It's been a great post-match, great day. Yeah, massive swing tonight for me.
Ooh.
Anyone else want to say anything?
A quick one. Just a stat, not a stat, but a consideration, When we started this run of 7 games, we had just lost 2 games in a row very badly in terms of performances against West Brom and Preston. So to come out of those 2 huge blows, because in the end they almost put in Tatas our automatic places hopes, to come out of those 2 games and do this run, it shows that this team has balls and mentality. Absolutely. So fair play to them. And also, like I said at halftime, fair play to Chris Domogalla. I said Morgana at halftime, not his surname, Domogalla, the physical trainer, because the fitness right now is insane. They're playing for 90 minutes on an insane level of running more than the other teams, and that's all down to the physical trainer and the preparation they do in terms of fitness. So fair play to him.
100%. Yeah, that's one thing. I remember speaking to the Norwich City fan at the start of the season, and he said some days in pre-season they'll do triple sessions and all sorts. So, do you know what I mean? We went from being one of the fittest teams under Bielsa to being told they were overtrained and then one of the fucking unfittest teams by the daft American to now being one of the fittest teams again. So, do you know what I mean? At least
you really don't like him, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand that man. Nah. He ruined it all. He's the lightning. Exactly.
Somebody
Jack,
somebody just asked Joe, what was our starting lineup when we played since when they beat us comfortably? We had Stroik and Cooper at centre back, Byram at left back, Shackleton at right back, Ampadu, Kamara in midfield, Pirou at 10, Dan James on the right, some of the left, and Rutter up top. How things have changed.
Yeah, exactly. Does anyone agree? Am I being too bullish? But I said the other day, I think that last game's null and void. I think there'll be a gap before we even get there.
I hope so. Do we? Wait, actually, to on that though, are we all in agreement that Leicester are out of reach?
Yeah, they're winning the league. Yeah.
Really though, because you still got them to play. We can get the gap down to.
They have tough games coming up. Honestly.
If they drop a couple of, if they lose a couple of games, Leeds win 6 points behind. They have to come to Ellen Road.
Yeah, I can't see them.
We could be cooking. Listen,
I think they'll win the league, but I think it will be more closer than it is right now because I think they will drop points against some because they have tough games.
Locke's texting me saying that 10 more wins for points record. They honestly, he said it at the start of the season and I laughed at him, but I can't see them getting beat. They were 1-0 up after fucking 2 minutes tonight. 1-0.
So
No, I know that, but I'm just like, yeah. No, I hear it, but I just think, I've accepted fate with that. Of course, if they drop more points,
they were on to Wednesday though. We were away to Swansea. Wednesday is second bottom, the second or third bottom. At home.
Yeah,
we've gone there. We've gone to Swansea and absolutely demolished them on their own soil. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference. I think we're the best team on our day in that league by a long shot.
100%.
We've proved that. We've proven
100%.
that when we played Leicester, and when
100%.
we just needed, I've always said, to find that consistency, and it looks like we might have found that now. And again, props to Farke because I think that's come from his management of the team and how he's managed them. We were all should be making subs, but we would have Archie Gray wouldn't have had the experience he's got at this stage now if it had been taken off and rested and whatever else. And he's not injured. Look, he isn't injured. touch fucking wood. And yeah, so I think props has to go out for Daniel Farke. And again, going back to what you said, Joe, about how he's managed Willie Nunn, how he's managed Cresswell, and others. So yeah, it's a good place to be at the minute.
I just want to say as well quickly, just really quickly, like with Matteo, now Bamford may be out for a little bit. I think Matteo might get a few more minutes.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a big moment this year. I think he's going to have one. I think it's going to come. I don't know when, I don't know what game, but I've got a feeling he's going to have a moment.
A Gelhard-esque moment when we stayed off.
Yeah, I've got a feeling,
Yeah. Shame what's happened to him, really. To touch on what you were saying about that, though, I think what are people... I didn't even put too much into this at the time, but looking back, maybe because of everything that happened with the summer, Farke, everything he had to go through, not having a proper preseason, really, you'd have liked to get the manager in a lot earlier than we did. I think that's actually hindered him, because if you look at the squad, and especially with players fit now, for me, our squad is leaps and bounds the best in the Championship. I think it's even better than Leicester's, if I'm being honest with you. I think the thing that's really changed, though, as the season's got on, Farke has become more comfortable with the squad, and he's added in just a couple of players in certain positions that are Farke players. And I would include Archie Gray into that, because even though he didn't sign him, he's so young that you can mold him into your kind of player. So he's also molded into a Farke player. And I think what's changed is that Daniel Farke has become more adept at managing the squad as the season's going on, and he's learnt the squad, he's developed the squad. I think the quality was always there for me. We should never have been in the position that we were in earlier on. We should be where Leicester was, on paper. But I think now you're really starting to see Daniel Farke get a foothold in this. And I wasn't too confident a couple of weeks ago, but the way that we've played now, I'm starting to really rub my hands together, and I think we could be in for a very exciting end of the season. Leicester looking at points records. Why can't Leeds be sniffing around there with the way we're playing right now?
No, I mean, but I don't think we'll win the league, but I hear what you're saying. For me, the numbers speak for themselves. Chris at LUFC Data, big shout out to him. 10 matches, won 9, scored 25. This is in 2024. Conceded just 3.
Wow.
7 clean sheets, and points won 21 out of 21.
So a plus 22 goal difference since the start of the year.
Yeah.
No, that's including cup games, isn't it?
Yeah, so the whole 2024. Okay. Yeah, sorry, the whole of 2024.
Wow.
But now we've won 7 consecutive league matches and stretched the club's unbeaten run to 10 games in 2024. And he goes on to say we're witnessing something special, and I think we are. I think the only thing that's maybe letting us fully enjoy the moment for me personally, is just, and I know I tell people not to do this, but it's just the Premier League and what that brings with Farke. I think that's the only thing with me going, do you know what? This fucking guy is the guy that's going to take us for time, because that's what we need. That's what I want. He's a manager that's going to stay, and he's going to really build something and bring... That's what I want. I don't want us to switch managers around and that. And I think the only thing that makes me stop, really proper just think, this guy can do no wrong. He's just that little Premier League, but I do think he'll get back to all that sort of stuff. Listen, we've got to get there first, but you know me, I already think by the end of the season we'll be top 2, to be fair. But still a long way to go. Many twists and turns, but... Well, I think, did they win 25 on the spin? Southampton, was that what it was?
25 unbeaten.
Unbeaten, yeah.
Or unbeaten, sorry. I mean, maybe we'll do 25 wins on the spin. Nah, but what have we got? 15 games left? Is that right? 15 games? Is that right, I think?
Yeah, 15, right?
Around that.
15 games and 4 more FA Cup games, I think, till we get to the final.
14 we've got.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got 14. Saints have got 15.
That's crept up, hasn't it? And it's
I think the other round of fixtures is towards the end, from the end of March to the start of April.
Yeah.
We have Watford away, Hull City at home, Coventry away, Sunderland at home, Blackburn at home, then Borough away, QPR away, and Saints the last day of the season. So that's the toughest run of games for me. Absolutely.
Do you still get into Europe if you win FAC up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be in Europe. So that'll be a nice bunch as well. Let some money coming in. So we're going up in Europe.
Think about that.
With my man Farke, bossing it out. In beast
I mean, we're already quids in because we've sold Sinistera. We'll get rid of Harrison. We'll get rid of all. You know what I mean? We're already rich, so
Yeah, we're in
fucking-
Europe now. We can't be having them if we're in Europe. We need to go far above that.
And the squad will release a new track called Beastin' Boys. I bet they'll do it to the Beastie Boys track. And that'll be our new anthem moving forward for the rest of our days.
I love
That
it.
needs stopping
I love it.
regardless. That sounds ace.
Yeah, it does. I might write
man.
one. Jack, you're the man.
I know. Speak to Jack, man. He'll sort it out, man.
Do a feature Jorginho.
course,
He sings, doesn't he? He's making a rap song like that already.
Next gig, yeah, bring on the Lutan Clang and we'll all just stand in background going. Bang. And I think you'd lose your credibility, mate. But you know, we'd have fun at the end of the day, wouldn't we?
Don't worry about that.
It's good though, French rapping. You know, I think the one Jorginho listens to. Yeah, sometimes.
French rapping, did you say? Or French?
Yeah, French rap. Sorry, French rap.
He was in the studio, according to his Instagram, was Jorginho was making a tune.
Was he?
Yeah.
About the O's he booked.
It's mad, isn't he? He is
He's mad. He's
You
doing
see
all
that
sorts of
video
activities.
when they were asking him who's winning the Super Bowl, and he was just
What he was
looking out
doing.
of the window, and they went, and he
What
just
were he
went,
doing?
Let's go.
What were he doing on that window? He just
Someone said he were bird watching or something.
probably
Hell of an allegation.
Farke told him to go stand in that room for a little bit. It would been too.
He's the new Alioski, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That was actually in the presser as well, where Farke said, "I'm glad I've got my office because spending too much time with him would be too much. I have to lock myself away."
I think that's so key though, to have a player like that in the
100%,
dressing room is so like
He's
it's
fine.
the side of football. Like as fans, we all look at what's happening on the pitch, what's happening there.
Yeah.
You don't actually think about the behind the scenes and the fact that these are just regular people turning up to work week in, week out, and atmosphere and mood is so important to that.
Like you might just feel bad and going to training, and then he'll just make you feel better. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's so important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like you miss a
it's
big
like-
chance, he's there cracking you up, making you feel better.
Yeah.
100%.
Gary Kelly was also that kind of a player, you know.
Yeah.
Had the reputation to be like a prankster behind the scenes, but also a leader, you know, on the pitch and off the pitch too. So it's vital, absolutely.
100%. Right, well, I think we'll draw it to a close. Great post-match, really enjoyed it. Thanks for giving up your time as always. Leeds United now sitting second with West Brom Saints on Friday, and then we play early kick-off against Plymouth away. We've already played them 3 times, beaten them on 2 occasions. I think they'll just be like, oh God, we've got to play these lot again. So I just think we'll have too much, hopefully anyway. But yeah, listen, I want you to go and check out Luca Ought to Know Better. They'll be doing the Berardi and Coke and many other podcasts. Make sure you check out Jack over at City of Leeds Fans. He'll be doing the post-match reaction preview, all that sort of stuff. Check that out as well. Lockie at Lockie Leeds, JT at JT Live, and obviously check Andrea's musings on Twitter. Please do go show them support. It's a great community. Help views, subscribers, all that jazz, man. It's great for everybody, and I know you all do anyway, but just go and do it. Right, we'll leave it there. Peace out, folks. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I probably won't be able to sleep now. I'm gonna have to walk the dogs, but it is what it is.